You talked about culture waterfalling from leadership through the organization. And so if we were to connect these 2 points of culture waterfalling and that idea of culture changing, how are you advising your clients, or what advice would you have for our listeners going forward if this truly is a new reality that we're entering, where openness and vulnerability is not just accepted, but valued?
My clients typically come to me for some variety of 3 themes. And the way I came up with this is I was actually looking back on, the many themes that people have brought me, and I said, oh, they kind of all fit into these 3. So the first one is people first leadership. So, many of my leaders would kind of identify with a service orientation or, this idea of the servant leader. The second one is your inner game. What's happening in your mind? What stories are you telling yourself about yourself or your relationship with the organization or other people? Confidence, imposter syndrome, that kind of all lives there. And then the third is balancing and priorities. And this is not just with work, but also with life. Say a leader of an organization comes to me, perhaps someone named Amy, and says, I just can't get a hold of my calendar. Like, my calendar is a mess and I have no time to think about strategy. I have no time to answer emails. We actually will take a look at that calendar together. And guess what? Amy has, let's say, 10 direct reports. Too many direct reports right now. So this is perhaps a structural problem we may tackle at some time. But for now, we actually go through one by one. What is on your calendar from the stance of, let's say you're not there. What happens? Immediately, we're going to identify a couple meetings where, maybe Amy has still been going, except for she wants to give it to her direct report, but she's still there. What would happen if you declined? What opportunity might that give your direct report? So there's a couple of those. Maybe we find that Amy has an hour-long one-on-one with every direct report. Okay, 10 hours a week, right? And, the thing with one-on-ones, usually the employee is not going to be the one to cancel them or to say, can we please have this be 25 minutes? Or can we please go on a walk? Or can we do this by phone and we're both walking, right?
Right.
That's on the manager. That's on the leader. If that is something you want, there's a chance that your employees all would benefit from that too. Because guess what? If your calendar is full and you don't have time for strategy and you don't have time for emails, that is probably not just a you problem, right? That is probably also something that is waterfalling through the organization. So it is on the leader to be that role model and to instigate that change.